Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm Lise from Trelise, and welcome to my podcast. This is a knitting, dyeing, fibery podcast. And if you're a new viewer, welcome. I hope you enjoy, what you see, and maybe you'll learn something. And if you like this atmosphere and vibe, just put a thumbs up and subscribe. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm so happy that you're here. It's been a while since I have podcast, and that just because I was really busy and I also got sick, and then I was burned out, and I'm still trying to recover, but I'm doing better, and I'm very excited to share with you stuff and talk about more stuff that's coming up. Okay, I've decided that I'm gonna try to make either record a lot of videos and then break them down to smaller ones, or try to do more frequently some videos, but I'm not sure how it's gonna work. I'm always trying to keep you in the loop of what I'm doing, but sometimes it just, tiring to get out the camera, to put the tripod, together all the things, to have everything written down somewhere, what to talk about, and it's just a process to make the podcast, and I really enjoy doing it. So I'm gonna try to either, because I have so much things to talk about, maybe not have a 1.5 hour video or 2 hours video, because I think it's too tiring for you, but maybe have a big video and then break it down in smaller ones, but I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so what I wanted to talk today on the 30th of December is what I did this year, what I knitted, and what I've lost, because I've lost projects on the way. I've been stolen projects on the way. And it's really nice, because I remember in January that I did a video about all the sweaters that I wanted to do. And I have to say, I haven't done them yet. Like, it's funny how the wish list, sometimes, you just do it. And then some other times, life comes, and then other projects are thrown to you, either in the ways of test knits or knit-alongs, and you just caught in the wave and you're doing them. And it's okay. It's great. I'm fine. I don't regret not having done as much garments as I wanted, because I have done a few and I love them. I really do. And I think, this 2019 year is gonna be awesome and great also. And yeah, I'm gonna try to make a best 9. Best 9. The wish list of the 9 projects that I would like to do in 2019. But I think that's what it's gonna be, like a wish list, but not really the things that I need to make. It's like my sweaters video. Those are sweaters that at some point I'm gonna do, and I'm loving them. Okay. Should I start instead of just rambling about? Okay, first things first, when 2018 hit us like a wonderful storm that it was, I got an email from Lane magazine if I was interested to test knit this wonderful Manet sweater from Jonah from Lane magazine. I don't remember which issue it was. I'm gonna try and find it for you, but it's called Mon Manet, and it was originally knitted with La Bien-Aimée Aran, and that's what I use, La Bien-Aimée Aran, with the colorway Everything's Awesome, I think. Yeah, I think it's Everything's Awesome. And I really like it. I love it. I wear it all the time. I remember, when I finish a project, and I'm sure you might do, it's like you're obsessed with it. You're wearing it all the time and all the time. Well, I remember wearing this like all the time for the first couple of months. Then it was more hot, of course, but sometimes I would take it out in a chill night in spring. And I still wear it a lot, and it's beautiful. I love it. And it's funny because I realized that I hadn't done a project page for it. And when I was looking at what I knitted, I was like, okay, I will know what I knitted after my Momané sweater on Ravelry, but then I go on Ravelry and I haven't done a project page for that. And I am ashamed that I hadn't, so I did now one. And I really love it. I'm not sure if I written down the colorway on this one because I couldn't find the tag, but I think everything's awesome in the iron base of La Bien-Aimée. Yeah. Then I was brave enough to cast on The True Friend by Vera Valimaiki because I'm saying I was brave because I knew that after the front and back panel, there's two squares, you have to pick up all around and do all around. So your rows, or more your rounds, are really huge. And that's why I think I didn't do one repeat or something, because I was like, I'm done. And I haven't done sleeves, so I wear it as a top, or I wear it, you know, with something under it, something very light, and I adore it. This is snail yarn. It's the Tweedy yarn base. I don't remember how she calls this yarn base, but the colorways are Neptune and Breeze. I think Neptune is the main color, yes, and the Neptune is this turquoisey, and I like it. I wear it a lot in the springtime and fall, because for the summertime it was too hot. Then maybe I wore it a bit at some windy nights in the summer, but I'm not quite sure. Yes, so this is it. Then I did when I was in Switzerland visiting my grandmother, and then I was stuck because there was a snowstorm at the airport, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't bring my knitting. Like, how could I bring my knitting with me? I think I was just thinking, you know, just put it in the luggage, and after 2 hours and a half, I'm just gonna be knitting at home. And yeah, because sometimes I get my knitting in the plane and then I don't do anything, and it's like, why should I carry it? And yeah, and I always have a book, and because sometimes my knitting interferes with my reading, I was like, it's okay, I'm gonna take a book with me. And I was stuck at the airport. Oh my god, what to do? Okay, I read a bit of my book, and then I, you know, did a walk, and then I was just bored of waiting. But thankfully, I had my small interchangeable needles. I don't know how I had them with me, but it was great. And then I had a few minis, singles, and I casted on a DK hat. So I was literally holding two strands together, and I marled the London fog by, it wasn't Bristol Ivy, I think it was B Mandarins. That's her Instagram name. Anyhow, it's London fog, and I loved it, but I call it Geneva snow because I was stuck in Geneva with the snow, and I don't have it with me, so I will find a picture and show it to you. It was my favorite hat in the world. I wore it all the time. None of my other hats was worn as long as I had it. But its destiny was that I lost it. I lost it once in Rhinebeck, then I found it, and then I lost it back in Geneva. So its fate was to be born and die in Geneva. Or hopefully somebody found it, they loved it, and now they're wearing it. I will be very happy if they do. I'm pretty sure I lost it in the train when I was going to Lausanne or coming back from Lausanne. I think when I was coming back, I was very sick at the time, and I was in fumes. I wasn't really thinking. I remembering having it on my lap, and then of course when I got outside and checked my bag for my hat, I didn't have it. So I think that's what happened there. It was totally my fault. Then I have here my list, and my list says that I did a doodler, and that doodler, I don't have it to show it to you, so I will put a picture. It was a doodler that I did for a friend, and it's funny because now I've knitted. The only item that I've knitted twice is a doodler, and I don't have one because my sister got it, and then this one I did for a friend, and I'm kind of okay with that I don't have it, because I want at some point do a starburst, but because it's very similar to the doodler technique and how it's knitted, it's like at this moment I'm a bit bored to do the same kind of thing, construction. So at some point I will have my own starburst or doodler by Stephen West, but not yet, and it's okay. And then I had done socks. Well, I'm very lazy with socks. If you know me, you know that I'm not good at knitting socks. I'm getting very excited, but because I need to do them two at a time, sometimes they feel just like a bore, and that it's going slowly, which is silly because I have already done a pair in a week, so I could totally make them, but I don't know. It's just psychological on my mind. Socks, it's still weird. I need to make them two at a time because otherwise I don't do the second one. And well, frankly, those are one of my favorite ones because I made them with the rest that I had from my Je suis shrug, and they're long, and I need to say that I really love long socks. So because I didn't do some increases over here, they're a bit snug to put in, but they're so warm. So they are my first MCN with my own hand-dyed yarn, which is NYX base, and this is Pollock colorway and Magritte, and my cuff isn't the same color because I don't remember what I did, but yeah, I think I just wanted to use all up the Pollock, and it didn't matter to me if they were different or not. Yes. So I have worn them a lot, and I'm very rough with my socks. I treat them like, socks that I've already bought. And because of the cashmere, they have peeled more than other socks, but they're strong. And yeah, they're really, really doing well. I don't care that they've peeled because for me, it doesn't matter, and it shows to me that there's fine wool, it's gonna peel, it's okay, you can live with that. For me. And when I say I don't treat them well, is that I put them in the machine and then I also put them on the dryer cycle, and they're okay, they haven't shrunk, and yes, they really are doing great. Sometimes when I first put them in my on my foot after the dryer cycle, I might feel them a bit more snug, just a tiny bit, but I like a snug sock, so it doesn't bother me, and I love them. So yes. I haven't found the heel that I love. Usually I will do an afterthought because I'm too lazy to just think where should I start to do my cuff, but I'm gonna try and do better with it, but it's okay. So here's the sock, vanilla socks. Yeah. Then I finally did my so faded version. I did the cropped version because I wanted it to be for the summer, springtime, and I used my Psyche yarn base, which is a single with 50% merino, 50% silk. It's luscious, it's beautiful, it's breathing, and I love it. I really, really love it. The colorways that I used are the kit that I did with the Harry Potter colorways. So this is Albus Dumbledore, then Remus Lupin, Severus Snape. The light gray is Hagrid, and then it's Sirius Black. And this is my So Faded, and I love it. Okay, I'm thinking that I'm going fast and I'm tackling those really fast, but it's because I don't want you to get bored, and it's okay. I don't have something special to say, and I don't really, alternate patterns, and I really use the techniques that there are in the patterns. So yeah, this is one of my favorites, and yeah, I wish that I could have made at the same time while doing this one the same colors with my NYX yarn base, which is the MCN, and to have it just more, warm for the winter. And maybe at some point I will do one. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. Okay. Then I had to do, for a project that we had, let me find it for a second. For a project that we had with the Chillinids, Connie from Chillinids and Marcella Chang, well, we decided for Marcella to create a pattern, and it could be either worn as a top, or make long sleeves. And I would do a colorway, and Connie from Chillinids will do another colorway. And the result was Il Dolce Far Niente, so the sweetness of doing nothing. And that's when I created my Requiem for a Dream colorway. And I love it. I did the top version because at the time I didn't have the time, and it was also springtime, so it made more sense for me to make the top version. I know that Connie did the long version with the long sleeves, and I really like it. It has a simple lace yoke, and it's really, really cool. You can use a variegated yarn or something more solid, and it will look absolutely stunning. So after Il Dolce Far Niente, I had already cast on my big I Smell Snow by Melody Hoffman. Yes, so the London Funk was Melody Hoffman, and this one is Melody Hoffman. Oh my god, I just remember her Instagram that it's B Mandarins, and yeah, so here it is. So Melody Hoffman. My idea at first was to use those two colorways, which are Cosmopolitan and Key Royale, and one side would be that, and the other side would be the greens Mojito and Margarita. But of course, I was thinking, to do the half of the triangle with the one green, the other half of the triangle with this green. But then, of course, this amount of yarn for this portion was less than that one. So when I was in this section, I didn't have enough of the Mojito, and I didn't really want to, start a second skein. And yeah, so other that I wasn't very good with maths for that, I decided to put a variegated yarn in the middle to unite them, and I used Charlotte. So my I Smell Snow is actually a drunken Charlotte, because she's just taken all the cocktails for her, and I actually really like it. So you have Cosmopolitan, Key Royale, Mojito, and Margarita, and over here you can see cute Charlotte. So this one was a very huge shawl, a very huge project. I was scared in the beginning that I will be very bored to do all this garter. And at some point I was, and it was in the summer, it was very hot, this was very big. So I was really knitting. I remember I was laying down and I was just knitting and everything was just on the side. But I have to say I really enjoyed it. In the middle section over here at the end, there was another section that was getting a bit bigger. Like I think it would have been for 2 to 3 centimeters bigger, and I had to take a shortcut. And you guys, I did it a la Liz, and I just took the shortcut. I love it because I can wear it like this, and I can wear it like this, or because it's a big rectangle, nobody says that I couldn't wear it like this and show all the colors at the same time. And I really quite fancy also that. Yes, because guys, color is power. Yes, you know it. Yeah. So this was lovely. I adored it. But yeah, when I finished it, I also had finished my own design, and I left then for festivals, and I wore more my own design than that one. Yeah, to say the truth. So ooh, just before that, I had finished another shawl, and I don't have it next to me. Okay, just give me a second and I'm going to find it. Okay, the shawl that I did before the I Smell Snow was the Slice of Light, and it's made with my own yarns. And I did it with 2 Psyche, again, my single with merino and silk. One is the Skeleton Woman, which was my second color, and then it was Sever Snape, which has this very light gray and mustard. So the 2 yarns weren't that much contrasting, and I used mohair with one of the 2 singles with the Severus Snape, and the mohair that I used was that neon yellow, and the name of that colorway is Lemon Incest. So the Slice of Light was the design that Suzanne Sommer, so Sunitz, designed, and all of the gain of this pattern went to ovarian cancer. And I am really proud and humbled that she sent me the pattern to test knit. Yeah, so that was one of the patterns that I didn't see coming, and that I wouldn't have knitted if I didn't have the opportunity. And I'm very thankful that I did, and I'm very happy to have it because of the Psyche with the silk and the mohair. It feels very, very light. It's just a breezy shawl, and so warm. Oh my god, so warm. Okay, then I did this I Smell Snow that I showed you, and then I had to do something for Rhinebeck, right? My Rhinebeck sweater. So I wanted something easy because after the summer I had dyed 170 kilos of wool, and my hands were tired. I remember my knitting mojo was like just gone out of the window, and I didn't know what to do, what to knit. I wasn't inspired that much, but I knew that I wanted something to do in DK, and I wanted to do it with my Gaia DK, and I knew that I wanted to do it in the Starboy colorway, which was a new colorway that I did. And here it is, and this is the easy one by Joji Locatelli, and I love it. Normally she calls for an Aran weight yarn and the 5.5 millimeter needles, but I use DK and 5 millimeter needles, and I did one size bigger to have successfully one size the correct size for me. And I am very happy with it, very, very happy. And it's so cute and I love it. So the easy one by Hohila Ketel. It was really funny because a lot of people were like, oh, what sweater is that? And I'm like, the easy one. And they were like, which easy one? And I was like, the easy one. And they wouldn't understand. And I was like, the name of the pattern is the easy one. So it was, yeah, kind of funny. Then I did a few projects that I don't have with me because I have gifted them, but I will just put pictures here. When I was in Rhinebeck, I had the amazing opportunity to meet Leslie, the Knit Graffiti, on Instagram, and she asked me if I could test knit one of her upcoming hats designs. And I love hats, I love her patterns, and I said yes, of course I want to test knit it, and it's gonna be something, you know, quick and it won't interfere with the other plans. And I did it, and it's amazing and it's beautiful, and here it is. So that was a gift for a friend, and she loved it and she wears it, and I'm very happy that she did like it. Then I did a baby sweater, hot chocolate. I used some yarn that I purchased while I was in New York at the Woolen shop. And I really liked it, and I actually wanted the same sweater in bigger for me. I alternated the color. The color had a more effect, like a big seed stitch, but because it's for a baby and I wanted it to be stretchy, I just did a simple, very elastic ribbing in all parts, like in the sleeves, at the neckline, and in the bottom of the waist. And I really like it. I haven't seen yet their parents nor the baby, so I hope in the next couple of days that I will be able to give it to them. But now it's already packed, so that's why I'm just putting a picture here. Then, of course, I have two other projects and I don't have them next to me, so give me a moment. Yes, thank you. So, the last garment that I did for 2018, it is the Lazy Sunday State of Mind by Nancy Ritchie, or Getting Purling with It from Instagram. I met Nancy when I was in New York in October, and I have to say we clicked immediately, and she had this new sweater upcoming and she's gonna be doing the test knit, and I was like, oh my god, I want to test knit, and I did. Okay. So here it is. I love it. The front is the same with the back, so even if you're in a hurry, you can put it upside down because there's no back or front. That's amazing. Woo! Okay, getting excited about it. So I did it extra large. I did it a bit more long, and I love it. And I used some Mecha, Malabrigo Mecha. I think it's the Cantombe colorway. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I think it was. And this was yarn that I had maybe 5 years that I wanted to do a baby blanket, and I should make a baby blanket because it's the ideal yarn to do a baby blanket, or just a regular blanket, or I don't know. But I wasn't using it because I always had, you know, another project or something else, or I wanted to do more a sweater than a baby blanket or whatever. And because I wanted to do this one with my own yarn, but I didn't have iron weight at the time, and the shipping of yarns that I was, you know, waiting was late, and I wanted to cast on, and the test knitting deadline was coming, and I just wanted to do it and was very excited. I stash dive, and the only thing that I had in good enough quantities and that could work, and I love the color as well for this big baby, was this beautiful Malabrigo, and I really like it. I love it. It's really cool. It's really cute. I think it was with 9mm needles, and it's just so cute and comfortable. You guys, I wore it like I think 12 days in a row. Yes, I love it that much. And actually, I'm kind of a bit cold over here, so I'm just gonna put it over my sweater now. And it's so big, like you might already have, you know, sweaters on, and it's okay. You can put it just on top, just layer it. Yeah, it's all about the layers. Okay, and last but not least, the true 2018. Okay, I should unravel my hair. It is the kitty hat by Suzanne Sommer, and I love it. It's so warm. Oh my god. You think you put your head in the oven. I used Clinton Hill Cashmere DK1 ball and my own kid mohair Poseidon yarn base. So the thick yarn is just red, and then I used my kid mohair in my Powerful Tits colorway. I love it. In the pattern, she uses the kid mohair only on the insides of the hat, but I like it to be fuzzy and I like it to be wormy. So yeah, and normally you will do a very long one and then turn it, so here you have a double band of the hat. But I only had one Clinton Hill cashmere cashmere ball, and I just used all of it, and it's just perfect if you don't want it the double ribbing. And actually I didn't want it, and I think it's just so warm and squishy. It's like really enough like that. The only thing that I might do differently, it's because brioche is very elastic. I think I would have maybe, you see it's kind of large. I like that because if I had, more hair or longer hair, I could just tuck everything in. But because I don't, and I don't think my hair will grow much longer than that, it just, sometimes I feel like I don't have anything because it's so freaking light. Yeah, but I love it. It's really warm. I have worn it a couple of times where we had a lot of wind here, and when it's windy here, it might be like 7 degrees, but with the wind, oh, forget it. You can't go outside without your kitty hat. Now that I have one. Yes. So that was it, you guys. Then, of course, I knitted 2 other items, which are my own design. So there's okay, so I have to say, no, I didn't knit 2 other items. I have knitted one, which is the start. Okay, I'm saying I knitted 2 other items that are my design, but I haven't actually, because my first design, a la Lise, I wrote the instructions, and a wonderful lady from Scotland, Michelle, thank you so much, Michelle, really, I appreciate it. She knitted the sample, and then I did the quattrioche cowl, which is a marbled brioche cowl. I knitted it while I was in the States. And then my third design, which is the a la Lise number 2 shawl, was test knitted and knitted by Orietta in Italy, and that is the one. So here we go. It resembles the first one, but it has a bit more of schematics here. But why am I saying that I didn't need those? Because I didn't. So the Alalis shawl and Alalis shawl 2 were knitted by two wonderful test knitters and samplers, and Orietta will have hers back. And this one I did it completely me. But the two Alalis shawls weren't knitted by me because I am still working on the original Alalis, which everything started with this two colors in Rhodes Retreat, and everything started in the beginning with that, which was the beginning of the Alalis 1, and then here was the Alalis 2, and then it's gonna be the Alalis 3, and there's more going on over here, as you can see. So the Alalis 3, or final Alalis, or I don't know how I'm gonna call it, it's been a bit on a break, but it's gonna come back, okay? So just give me a bit more time for that. I think I'm gonna talk a bit more from my shawls in another, smaller video. And yes, that's it. So 2018 wrap. Yeah. So how many things did I knit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. That's not bad, 15. It's okay. What do you say, you guys? Yeah. I could have done like a couple more of hats these days, but I really want to finish some of my whips. And yeah, but that's gonna be for another video. What do you say? Yeah? Or yeah. But I have two other sweaters that I got, and one was a gift when I was in GUnit, and it is the Go to Raglan West Knits beautiful sweater that Caroline did, and she liked it on me and I fell in love with it. And if you just want to know the story, just look at my video about New York craziness. And then there's also the beautiful sweater that Marion did, the Seaside Rendezvous, and I adore it. It's beautiful. I felt so humbled and lucky to have them. So that is it, you guys. So thank you for being here, for watching, and for listening and looking at what I knitted in 2018. Please do share what you did, what was your favorite whip of 2018, what you wore more. Yeah, and what are you dreaming of making? Let's do a 2019, what to the must do list, even we don't do it. It's okay. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being awesome. Don't forget, color is power, fiber is our weapon, and let's have a great 2019.